Portions of this podcast have been edited to maintain the quality of the viewing and listening experience. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Wavlength INTL podcast. It's the Season 3 premiere after so much delay. I am your host, Jazzway, per usual, and tonight it's just going to be me and the one Outkast to start things off for the season. It's been one hell of a break for the both of us, and not only that, but it's just been one hell of a March to begin with. But our topics for today. Oh boy.
Oh shit, I did not update that. My B.
That is A-okay.
Just drop it in chat and then I'll do the night bot.
We picked up Slay the Spire recently and we can't stop playing it. It's that addicting. So we've just been trying to play that so much. I got the first game because it was cheaper, but even the first game is so fun. And Shadow got you addicted to the second game, didn't he?
Yeah, because I kept seeing him play it.
Oh boy, but topics for today. We're gonna start things off by, getting a little bit into the personal life. Mainly about me, because I didn't like some things that I saw while we were on break, and there's some things that I need to address as well. Right, so that's one. Two, we're gonna talk about what the hell happened in the alt community regarding delay mod, because that's a situation and a half. Three, we're gonna talk a little bit about Super Fusion, because again, cinema. That was some hype. That was a very hype to watch, especially for one certain player who was their first offline tournament ever. And then last but not least, we're gonna take a look at something that we're hoping that we can get for the Rivals 2 community, and that is FlyQuest and their new initiative, Project Grassroots. Alright, before we begin, let me give Outkast the topic so you guys are good to go.
It is knighted. Anyways, you wanna give the rundown while I do that?
Oh boy, where do I even begin with this?
What you see, ma'am.
What you see, good miss.
Jesus.
God, I genuinely don't even know where to start with this, but let's start with, I guess, the more immediate shit. My spring break, and then everything that has happened after my spring break. So during my spring break was the first week of March, and in that time, obviously, you guys might have noticed, I took advantage of that time to try and, one, catch up on my schoolwork, and two, catch up on the podcast stuff. I only got one of those two things done because I hated being at home. Why do I hate being at home? It's very stressful. The long and the short of it is that the house that I live in Maryland is a fucking pigsty. I hate going home there every time I have to. That's why the only reason why I went home was simply to grab food and to spend time with my boyfriend. But the other immediate thing that is actively affecting where I'm probably going to be living in the future is the fact that my parents are in the middle of a divorce case, and I will leave it as simple as that. But the TLDR of that is that I don't like either of my parents, and I don't care to defend either of them either. So that is their problem. But why am I stressed about this? If this is the case, well, my mother has multiple sclerosis. So she has a tendency to forget things. She has a tendency to not be good at carrying stuff. Does this make me partial to her? Only in the slightest. Because I don't know what's going to happen to her when I move out. And I'm pretty sure my sister does not want to stay at home either. Neither of us like being at home. So I don't know what's going to happen to her. That is the only thing that I remotely care about. But other than that, I don't like either of my parents. So I went home from that stressful situation, and I came back up to school Thursday of that week. So I can try and find some calm and get work done, but I only got one thing done out of the multiple things that I needed to catch up on. So that frustrated me. And my frustration got even worse on the Monday after spring break, so the 9th. Classes start back up again. I had to add an extra course to my course path. So that way, come May, I'm able to at least walk across the stage and only have 2 free electives left to take to be able to finally get my diploma. But that's when, let me go grab this thing out of the drawer since it's forever going to be dormant in there. My old headset broke. You probably notice I have a new one though. Because this shit happened.
Oh damn, it was that bad. Oh fuck.
It was that bad. And I tried to screw in this right cuff so that it would stop falling out. And it was working for a day. And then it stopped working when this started dangling. So this broke. And inconveniently, the first class that I had back was called broadcasting. And one of the main requirements for that broadcasting class is that I have a good mic and a good camera. I did not have either of that. So I was already a week behind in my classes by the time last week happened because I had to replace my headset. Then comes to the part where I had to figure out a way to replace my headset, which I had to do through Ko-Fi. And so I put up a Ko-Fi campaign 2 weeks ago to try and get my new current headset as quick as possible. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I need to get commissions done so that way I can pay for this, right? Because I don't have the money. I didn't have the money to pay for that at the time. And I ended up getting bailed out pretty much by Miles, my boyfriend. The other part of that money came from like a commission, and then one of my professors who is actually a fan of this podcast.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah, he enjoys watching that stuff, and that reminds me, I should probably plug this in here so you can come watch it again. But
that's so funny to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was like the thing that I feel honestly bad for that because this guy's in Florida now.
Florida.
Like the last time I saw him in person was at the beginning of my spring semester, before he left. So huge shoutouts to him. Thanks to everybody that did donate to that. If you did see that Ko-Fi, was able to get this in time. But then the domino effect of that is pretty bad. Because now I'm forced to play catch up in this broadcasting class, and the reason why I have to prioritize that class now is because it's a 7-week course, and if I don't turn anything for 14 days, there's a chance I could get kicked from it. That's how brutal this class that I picked up is. So there's that. But the other thing that happened that really pisses me off so much, given everything that I've explained that happened, not even just recently, but pretty much sums up how the last couple of years of my life has been chaotic, not liking my parents, was the fact that I finally found some courage in like mid-February. Yeah, we're going back to like February.
Ooh.
To speak up about my demographic in the Rivals community.
Oh, we're talking about this first. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yikes.
Yeah, we're going to this one. So, for those that don't know me, obviously I'm a black woman.
I would not
I
have
have
get.
gotten the question. I have
Whoa.
gotten what?
I would have never guessed to see one in the Rivals community. We'll
But
get to that. Yeah, this is how we're starting out.
I've gotten the question before a couple of times in the past. People ask me if I was trans or not. No, like unironically, I have, and I'm not. There's
You know,
nothing
no, no.
happening
I'm only laughing because I think I was there for 2 of those, 2 of the instances because it happened in my chat.
Yeah, I was asked if I was trans twice, and I got assumed to be trans. No, I'm cis, guys. I know it looks like I'm trans because of the way that I present myself. I just like being that masculine woman. I've always liked playing with like more quote unquote masculine stuff. Growing up as a child, I wasn't never really a dolls person, but anyways, like a couple of months back, I had made like a minor post about me being in the Rivals community for 5 years, and I'm just gonna sum it up as like I've been in the community for 5 years since like the day after the definitive edition of Rivals 1 came out. I have mixed feelings about the fact of that, and I'll elaborate on those later. Come February, I finally found the courage to elaborate that, at least on here. I had already put this out on like the 1st of February on Blue Sky. But I put out this minor addendum, and I elaborate on that. For the past at least decade of my life, I've dealt with being an outlier in a lot of spaces because I don't see many women in those spaces, let alone black women in those spaces. And what spaces was those? It was it was game design mainly, and now esports, right? I picked up game design in roughly around high school, or because I was getting tired of art, right? Middle school wasn't the greatest experience for me. I got bullied in middle school. I had to hold that. And I had to deal with looking at my bully constantly in high school, right? But also in high school, when I took game design, I probably ended up being the only cis black woman in that class. It was probably like me and maybe one other, but I never knew, right? And I was fine with that. This isn't the first time that I've been in like spaces like that, right? It's like way prior to me being in high school even. I went to something called the National Youth Leadership Forum in middle school. It was a game design camp at George Mason, and I was the only black woman in that entire room working on a game in a group. And I was fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with being the outlier in spaces like this. Do I wish that there were like more just women in general in spaces? Yeah, of course. But for me specifically, I don't mind being that outlier to try and work towards making sure I can make the space more welcoming for other people that look like me. Right? You know how like ecstatic I was when Rivals 2 came out to see Salt picking up the game, to see more black women just simply picking up the game as well. And it's a few of us, but that feud's gonna turn into a many one day. That's something I'm excited for.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
And
that's something that I'm so excited for. So yeah, what's the point of me even saying this? There's one comment that stood out. I think it's pretty obvious which one it is. That I read, and I didn't like how it read. But none of us did, and none of my other friends did.
All of us were so confused. I was genuinely confused. I'm like, what you mean by that, bro? But yo, wait, hold on. Go scroll down. I saw Appleseed comment. I like that one. I think I liked that one. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That was like, thank God. See, now this is like the correct approach. Like actually stepping back and then really analyzing it a bit for yourself and then comment. Then this shit then tab out. Tab the other one cuz I'm still at a loss with this one.
We're gonna read from the bottom to the top here because that's how Chitter gave me this.
gave it to you in reverse. It did, didn't it?
Hey, yo. Okay. All right. You know what? We evened out on our insane comments for tonight. But anyways, oh boy, how do I even want to go about saying this? Bucket full of biscuits is from my region, and actually, no. You know what? I'll just go to the top thing because that was the second thing. I want to preface with this. There was a reason why I had this guy blocked on Discord. And that's because this guy one time, and I was trying to go to the final extra credit at Xanadu 2 years ago. Yeah, no, well, a year ago by now, not 2 years. Because Xanadu was closing, and I wanted to go to the final extra credit. However, a couple of days prior to that, I got in a car accident because I was still trying to work towards my driver's license. But this was in my boyfriend's car because I had to go resort to my boyfriend's parents to try and get hours in. Why? Because for the past, my parents have taken zero initiative in wanting to help me drive until very recently. My mother has gone as far as like simply saying no to letting me drive whenever I had my permit in hand. And so I said in MDVA court, at least the last time before I left it for good, I can't go to this anymore. I got in a car accident. I'm sorry. And he offered me a ride. I respectfully denied the ride because me personally, I'm tired of having to ask people for rides because my parents couldn't take the initiative of wanting to teach me how to drive early on. I want you guys to know that my sister has had her driver's license before me, and she got that within a year because my mother got pressured by her coworkers to let my sister drive her around, and that is how she got her license before me. And that favoritism aside, I just don't like having to ask people to drive me around because I simply don't have that ability to do that. So like I said, I respectfully declined the offer to be carpooled to extra credit because at the same time I was still shaken up by the fact that I was the one that caused the car accident in the first place. And then I got told something along the lines of, you don't want to deal with the shame of being a passenger. Whatever the fuck that meant by this guy. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me to just completely leave MDVA court as a whole. And on top of that, Miles had to be the one to explain why I left. So with that preface aside, I don't like how in the second comment, I get written off as somebody who was trying to seek attention because I had him blocked on Discord. And I'm acting like I'm helpless or something. That's how I read this. That's how one of my other friends read this as well. What are we talking about here? But then let's jump down to the first thing. It gets worse, right? Guys, please don't ever, in this community, use the terminology AFAB. Please don't ever use that. And then AFAB means assigned female at birth, by the way. You're saying this terminology in a community where the second biggest majority is trans people. There could have, all you had to do in this comment was say cis. But you chose the single worst way to say cis. And I didn't like that.
I don't know.
It gets worse from here, though, guys. Because the final sentence says that independently of that, I think there's more to fix the outlier feeling, and I hope you can work on it.
That was the one where I was like, dog, like, no, that was not it. That one was really not it, man. Please, why? So, pop off what you were gonna say, and then I'll say my next thing.
I would like to know, how am I supposed to fix my outlier feeling? When I made it abundantly clear in my statement
Keep going.
that I'm fine with this. The only reason why it felt like worse is because I'm a part of something I'm passionate about. But even when I'm super passionate about something,
oh wow,
I still feel fine. But how am I supposed to fix, quote unquote, fix my outlier feeling?
Check your DMs. That's how I'm reading it. You want to show the class? This is how I read it. It's like, oh, so just stop having melanin. That's how I read it. And use this. By the way, this is a real fucking product. By the way, guys, this is a real thing. Self-hate goes crazy.
Just that whole statement I just didn't like.
That was the one where I was like, you cannot be serious right now. Because like the first thing I'm like, this was really bad. Like that second half I'm like, oh Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I'm good. I would rather not interact with you anymore. Because I don't think anything, like, personally to me, I don't think anything productive is gonna happen.
No.
Have you tried not being a mutant? Galaxy Me says, "Oh my god, in an X-Men film, that's funny."
Yeah, like this entire thing is just like, oh, you have me blocked on Discord, therefore you're probably just projecting and acting like you're desperate, but also. You need to fix your outlier feeling.
Okay, which is it? Einstein, which is it? Which one does Jazz have to do? Like...
And guys, I promise this whole thing gets funnier.
Okay, well, this is probably the worst thing. Like, I don't think it gets...
I promise you that there's more layers to this.
Yeah,
because
how
many days later did I see a comment on one of the episodes as I was uploading stuff? I don't know how many days later.
And mind you, this is like take the name away, and then like apply, and then like generally, I mean, Jazz, would you think this is like how you feel in the it doesn't even have to matter if it's like this one individual. Would you say it's across the board too?
I mean,
let's put that let's do this here.
In all honesty, yeah, kinda, because I want to share this. I want to share this other story that really drives a point home into like trying to connect with other black people in this community. So for pure shits and giggles in February, I started making a list of like black men in the Rivals community. Because one day Because one day Skeptic was like, I bet you can't name 100 black men in the Rivals community. Because it originally started at 10.
And we
And I was like,
blew.
Skeptic, I don't even know if we can name 100 black men in the Rivals community, but you know what? We'll try.
We
So
blew
in the
past
back of my
10.
mind, the goal was 50. But then we just ended up expanding that to just any black individual that we could think of. And it had to be past and present.
Yeah, that was the shit that like killed me on the inside. I'm like, oh wow, past and present. That's oof. Wow. That's
So I'm gonna pop out this note doc real quick and share that. Just the minor detail.
98 players to go. Hey, Galaxy. Chill. Yeah, wait till you see this doc. No,
Yeah,
no. And hold on, we said past and present, so there's a chance. Okay. Did you add Jupiter?
I did not add Jupiter, so thank you.
Okay, well that's one. That's another one.
But yeah, this I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna
Oh God,
zoom in some.
well, I was trying to help out by zooming in myself, but yeah, here we go. All right. Okay. Now we might have
But
missed
yeah,
people. We might have. I will preface this. There might be people we miss, but that's because like they're just. There are some that we missed initially because we didn't know. Like we genuinely didn't know until they said something. So because like as of right now, it's either
What the fuck? Okay.
it's either somebody in the community is just like a Twitter PFP, or they're a name in chat. So we won't know. So if there is more, I would like to add to the list.
Yes, we want to eventually expand this list to like 100 black people in the Rivals community. But I
I'm mostly
think
just curious.
As of right now, with the addition of Jupiter, I think we're at 58 or 59.
And this is past and present. So make that of what you will.
But yeah, as a minor aside, yeah, Outkast kinda, to answer your question. I will say that I do want to connect with more black people that are in this community. I had the chance to meet Cork at One Riptide. That man is the funniest fucking person ever. Same thing with Rod. You know, like
God, dude, that shit was funny. like interacting with both of them. That shit was fun.
yeah, these two are just the vibe. I've interacted with Marlon before. I've seen Dose before, but I regret not interacting with them. I met Games and Flames or Gurin before. There's a lot of people in here that I've met before. There's a lot of people that I know. There's a lot of people that I still want to meet. Like Fullstream. I really want to meet Fullstream in person one day. Right? I would love to meet Fidel one day as well. That dude's the guy. I still really would like to meet Saul. I wanted to meet Polly one time for Genesis X2. I'd love to meet X-Raven as well. I'd love to meet all of y'all.
Dude, you're gonna have to pull up for Battle BC or something for Raven.
Yeah, I know. I need money first, but yeah. Back to the other thing. I think I accidentally nuked the tabs. But the thing that adds on to the layers of what Bucket Full of Biscuits said was the fact that days later, as I was trying to finish uploading stuff to the podcast channel, I see a comment that was saying that we were being inflammatory in one of our episodes. I'm gonna let people figure out which one as I'm trying to get stuff back up. And I read the whole thing, and it was the ending part of that comment that pissed me off even more. Because we were essentially told to be more kind and courteous to everybody around you, or considerate to everybody around you. As if we didn't start that episode off promoting something incredibly important for a member of the Rivals 1 community.
Oh my god. I forgot about that. I genuinely did not remember that. Like, what was it for the people in the chat? Since we're doing this live as well.
All right, if you really want to know, it was the heat wave episode.
I know it was the heat wave episode, but like but oh yeah, it was the yeah, somebody collapsed. That's what it was, and we were like, please fucking donate. We will close we will close the doors. We will close the doors.
Started off that episode just saying, go donate to this GoFundMe. We all together also donated to that GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off. But the other thing that I really want to drive home about that comment was the fact that how am I not being supportive, right? I up until literally last night, I have been running tournaments for Rivals 1 and Rivals 2. I've never, ever, once, except to take a break, stopped running any Rivals 1 tournaments. Despite the fact that, I don't know, I got zero attention to my tournaments from your group of people since RCS officially ended. And what irritated me the most was the fact that with the final hunt, because that had money, everybody just showed up out of the woodwork for it.
Say it again?
Yeah, because the final hunt had money, everybody showed up out of the woodwork for it.
Oh, yeah, and who donated? Who donated fucking money?
Most of that pot came from Outkast.
And guess what? I'm Canadian. I get fucked on the exchange, bro.
Most of that pot came from Outkast, because you know why? I barely had money to throw at the bracket. All that time that I was trying to run Pup Cup, and I don't even think I ever saw one person say, hey, if you're RAS level, go join this other amateur bracket that's running.
And
because I
I'm gonna interrupt
just wanted to have another version of RRC.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick.
That was slightly different.
Here, and before anybody says, why didn't you take initiative, Jazz? Then you guys would have a problem if she actually did, and then just give negative press as is. I've seen this fucking game before. This is like a constant thing. Whenever somebody in this community takes initiative, everybody just shits on it, unless it's like from a gaggle of certain people. And you can deny it all you want, but actions speak louder than words.
Now, I'm going to tell you all the number of tournaments that I have ran since I decided to start TOing all the way back in 2021. Right? We're gonna go through every single event that I've done. I'm gonna copy paste that and put that actually no, I'm gonna screenshot that real quick. But again, I do apologize, I did accidentally nuke all the tabs by accident trying to center the notepad text. But while I grab the screenshot of my stats, my TOing stats, I also want to say that there were a handful of newer players that were joining Pup Cup that were questioning, hey, why are you guys having ranked night basically at the same time as Pup Cup? They're stepping over each other. And when I saw that, I was like, wow. I never would have thought I'd seen the day where somebody was speaking up about this. Because the fact that ranked night started, and for those that don't know what ranked night is basically when everybody hops on Rivals 1 on Saturdays, usually around like 8 o'clock, sometimes earlier. The fact that I saw people speaking up about that because they wanted to join Pup Cup was like shocking to me. Because I never seen anybody else like defending my bracket like that before, essentially. So that was wow. But it didn't matter at the end of the day, because Pup Cup kept running so sporadically. You guys want to know when I tried to start this amateur bracket for Rivals 1? July. You want to know exactly how many times it has ran? Since July, not a lot. And like, I can bring up challenge right now. The last Pop Cup that was supposed to run was the 16th one. That's gone because not enough people joined that. The 15th one, the 14th one, the same old story, right? So how many of these actually did run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of the 16 ones that I've ran. And not a single one of them even got over 10 entrants. They were all very small. The highest was 7, and that was the second one. So, I don't want to hear, I don't ever want to hear, you should try to be more courteous and considerate of our tight-knit community. When I have ran, in total,
Oh,
I have either ran or helped out in total 406 brackets across Rivals 1 and 2.
Jesus Christ.
406 brackets. Including some RRC, some RAS. They are mostly Switch and partially Lifeline and partially my own. But I don't ever want to hear that.
Oh, God.
When this is how many events that I have either helped out or hosted.
Jazz it black screen.
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah.
406 tournaments, guys. At the conclusion of yesterday. Yesterday was the last bracket that I'm running probably for a while. For both Rivals 1 and 2. Because I'm tired. I need a break. I should have taken a break when Rivals 2 came out. But I was willing to just simply step up and be one of the first ones to provide something for this brand new game that the developers are trying to grow. Despite all the gripes that we continue to have Rivals 2, I still ran the feast. Despite the fact that more people would rather just play offline than online on a Friday, which understandably so, and even during majors that were happening that same weekend that I was running something, I still just decided to run the feast. Because I wanted people to have something to play. And even though the side events that I wanted to try and bring in more people with weren't a success, I just kept going. Right? And the last thing, the second to last thing that I want to drive home is that I've been running Rivals 1 for the most part alone, by myself, for the past 2 years, since Genesis X. Because everybody else that we had in the Dustwolf server at that time, in 2024, they all started moving on, understandably so. You don't know, it's fucking hard to run a bracket by yourself, even if it is the most low-maintenance bracket ever. Anything can and will go wrong. I've spent so much time fighting with fucking Start GG because that site is ass. Oh, well, Jazz, why didn't you just use Sleet? Well, my friend, let me tell you, I did try to use Sleet. I was impressed by it. I gave it a test run for both the hunt and the feast. But you know what I got told by somebody from the Rivals 1 community? You're dissuading people from joining the hunt by running it off of Sleet. But you know what else the Rivals 1 community does? Run at least most of their brackets off of Sleet. Alongside Challenge. So why am I getting soloed out for wanting to try to use Sleet? when Sleet is an infinitely better platform than both Challenge and Start GG. Because let me tell you, Challenge hasn't been perfect either.
And to add
Right?
on to this, like continuing off of like what we said before with the quote unquote fix your outlier feeling. Like I have no choice but to think like, hey Jazz, use the soap I gave you. That's like this looks bad to me. Like, and it's hard for me to unsee it. So, like I said before, you can deny that all you want, but actions speak louder than words. So why is Jazz the only one getting singled out when it comes to this shit? Like, I really want to know. Like, since we're doing this live, I would like to see other people's input on this.
And these are all the events that I've helped out with. 16 Pop Cups being an amateur bracket. 165 hunts that were all for PC. 25 hunts that were Switch because early on I did PC and Switch. 60 feasts. I ran 2 majors online, with the second one, again, running it largely on my own apart from Workshop with KD8. 13 A32 goes. For anybody that was playing in that bracket initially in Lifelight Cafe, when Hylia himself was trying to get more into supporting this game. And on the topic of Lifelight, 3 the Coco Clashes, which is the winter yearly bracket that me and Hylia run out of there, for Rivals 1 and 2. 9 Roast Falls for Rivals 1 when we finally rebranded everything to that. 50 Roast Falls for Rivals 2 before I finally took a break from that as well after the Season 4 Invitational. Let's go to Workshop for a moment because Workshop was essentially forced onto me after the previous person I worked with, for lack of a better term,
dipped. Let's
had
just
to step away for mental health reasons. Symphony of the Night, that's a Workshop bracket. And me and KD8 we both ran together. Ran 20 of those successfully.
Oh yeah.
I helped out on like 1 RRC. Then let's look at Switch because Switch was the original place that I got my start with TOing. Right? Mm-hmm. RTRR is. Why am I blanking on this? It's on Challenge. Just give me a second.
To add on to the whole Symphony of the Night. Oh god, that is really hard to say. That shit. That actually ran like 20 times. Isn't that crazy? It's
out of the 24, I want to say probably 25 times that we had posted a bracket link for it at least.
At least it has a positive ratio. What I'm trying to say is like, damn, bro. At least it seems like Workshop pulls up. There you go.
That's another good point to drive home there.
Like, damn, bro. Like
there were times when Symphony of the Night was still running out of the Dustwood server, but Symphony of the Night got more entrants than the Hunt. Oh, if that was the case, Jazz, why didn't you just keep running Workshop? Because running Workshop is so fucking hard, guys.
No, it's a nightmare.
You have to put together a roster. At least the gimmick that we had with Sodom was that we were constantly rotating characters out every season. And
oh
KD8
my god!
eventually got tired of it too.
Yeah.
Not to mention, if you, like me, and probably Redek as well, wanted to use Workshop characters on the stream tool, that's a whole nother process and a fucking have to do that I ended up doing. And because I ended up going through all of that, I ended up making a whole folder.
Yeah,
with version 9 of the stream tool and above, where people can just drag and drop Workshop character files into their stream tool for. That shit was a nightmare to do. It is something I never want to do again.
I really should have emphasized, like, hey, just put random on there and just change the name if you can. Because I watched you fucking do it, and that shit sucked. Oh shit, raid. Yo,
yeah,
who is this?
Road to Rivals Rebirth is the name of what RTRR is. Because Road to Rivals was
Yo, what is good?
I guess for lack of a better term, amateur kind of series for Switch. The Switch PR players couldn't enter, right? TT is Tuesday Tango, which is Scurvy Germ's series that eventually I helped take over when he stepped away. 8 Rivals of Switches. That was the Saturday series that used to run. And what the fuck is CVC? Fun fact, I actually ran 4 brackets out of the Rivals Color Vault before. Out of for sheer shits and giggles. For sheer shits and giggles. And I was like, you know what, this is... I cannot keep up with this anymore.
You know what would have been
For sheer shits and giggles, I just ran that out of the Color Vault.
I got a bracket idea for the Color Vault. Just like...
no, I know what you're thinking.
No, you know you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't at
it's
all.
whoever has the ugly skin, isn't it?
Okay, well, that's a second idea. First idea would have been calling it Drip Check. And then, like...
I actually like the name of that.
Call it Drip Check, but
yeah, no, the name of this is called Color Vault Cataclysm. And it was basically a bracket where anybody from any region could enter. That was my first ever, like, no region luck bracket that I ran. And then last but certainly not least, I counted invitationals on here. So that includes the 4 invitationals... Not 4, the 3 invitationals from Rosefall that I helped with Hylia run, being the Season 1 and 2 one, the Season 3 one, and the Season 4 one. And then there was one invitational and only one invitational that happened for Switch. That invited all the PR players back, along with some last qualifier people. That shit was a mess, we never did it again. But I think I've made my point clear, right? That
you've done a lot.
Yeah.
And one would think you would get commentators right away for any of these, right?
Oh no, that's a whole nother thing in the half. Trying to find there's a reason why I stopped asking for help, and before I even get further into that reason, let me go find the final thing that I wanted to address before we finally move on to my super long ass rant about everything that's fucking happened during my break. Basically, after that comment, I was saying that, we're being too inflammatory, you guys need to be more courteous and considerate of our tight-knit community. I waste my entire hour typing up a gigantic response. Because again, that ending part pissed me off the most. And I completely had missed this, but I got talked to, which I was like, whoa, what the? I didn't see this before. And basically the comment was like, oh, hi, Jazz. We could use you in MLG. We need somebody like you to help continue to run Rivals 1 and 2 stuff. And in the back of my fucking mind, I said no. I said no. Because the entire...
I saw that. Did not like that at all.
Because the entire what? Like, the entire year or whatever that I still wanted help with, like, you know, just getting more people to join getting more people to join Pup Cup. I never got that. Yet despite that, I still was willing enough to say, hey guys, go enjoy playing in Super Mid-Off tonight whenever a Pup Cup didn't run. Hey guys, go enjoy Ranked Night tonight because a Pup Cup didn't run. I still had at least the decency to encourage people to do that. So you want me to help you out in MLG? No, I will respectfully, no, I pass. I wholeheartedly pass. Just no. I already need a break. I already said that my break is going to start now. And when I come back, I'm still not going to help out in MLG because I don't want to. And that is my decision. That is simply my decision. Whew. But anyway, all I have to say is this. I just find it very jarring how we went from fix your outlier feeling, oh, you're acting like a victim here, to hey Jazz, we could really use you for MLG. We could really use you running mid off. We could really use you in MDVA court. No.
Where was the red carpet earlier? Why did y'all only pull up when there was money involved? Why didn't you tell your friends to do that? Like y'all have admin in. So at least one of y'all have admin in academy. Why didn't you promote Pub Cup? Like,
There we go. I was struggling to find this entire time. But, no. And you want me back in the MDBA server, but I keep hearing stuff from, like, the newer people that are in the scene that, like, they don't even like interacting with y'all. Which I was like,
wild.
wow, okay.
That's wild.
It's wild to me.
I didn't know about that. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
But yeah, no, I will not rejoin the MDBA server despite having, like, talks behind the scenes about stuff. Because guess what? I'm planning to move to South Jersey anyway, so I can get away from my toxic fucking family. That's the end of that gigantic ass rant. What's the whole point of this, guys? Just don't make dumb comments like this, please.
That was insanely. And for the inflammatory comments towards Roll 1 and the tight-knit community, bro, even R2 can get the smoke too for like doing bullshit, right? We're on that. We're like one of the first people that are on that. So why is it a problem when we do it for R1? When it's now our tones might not be nice, but what we said, but you probably heard what we said and our tone of voice, but you didn't actually, it actually didn't get absorbed into your fucking brain. Because literally, what are the biggest things we criticize? Like, you guys complain that Smash events aren't hosting R1, but y'all don't even hit the event caps, like, at all. Like, you're not even close. Like, it's nowhere close. We can go blow for blow on that one. Cause like, what was it? Yeah, go ahead, Jazz.
Not to mention, immediately when Riptide announced the lineup, everybody's like, "Oh no, Rivals 1. We've literally been here the entire day."
No guys, shit. There's no Rivals 1 at Riptide. No shit.
Guys, just like every Smash game, minus Melee, they run the newest version of that game. Of course they're going to run the newest version of Rivals being Rivals 2. That's the focus right now. If you want Rivals 1 so badly, take initiative. Go the P+ route and have your own quote-unquote shadow major for Rivals 1. Or talk things out with the organizers. Stop complaining about every single thing.
Oh my god, dude.
I promise, it's not about you.
Like, let's do this real quick. Go to last year's Riptide. How many people answered?
It was 50, I want to say.
It was 50. How many DQ'd?
I don't know. We mentioned that in like a previous episode already. I don't feel like going back and counting, but it's not about you guys. Do I want to see Rivals 1?
Yes.
Tournaments continuing to run offline? Of course I fucking do. I still love that game.
We all do.
But you can't just sit there and keep constantly complaining that, oh, Riptide doesn't have Rivals 1. Probably the next Genesis comes around and it doesn't have Rivals 1 on there. You're like, oh, Genesis doesn't have Rivals 1. How dare they? Guys, it's not about you.
Well,
it's not about you.
And even then, it's like, dog, you guys don't hit the caps at all. Y'all don't even, like, hit the imaginary cap for hitfall. Like, it's not even, like, at 64, like, when I look at the .5s. Now, if it was like a constant 70, then I would raise an eyebrow, like along with you guys, right? Like at least like 1 or 2 days, like at a major. But no, like you guys are like only hitting like 39 or fucking 40 something, unless it's heat wave. And oh golly gee, why is it that heat waves is successful? I don't know. Maybe they respect the old and the new.
Now I did see an NA cord from Integral that Rivals 1 weeklies are starting back up in AZ because people don't really like Rivals 2. But at least I don't see Arizona people shitting on the game.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. That happens a lot. So why is it a problem that we do it? Do you have the graphics for PRs?
Oh lord, okay. We're getting into that.
We're gonna do that because I think the other shit's gonna be short. I mean, this is a return episode, so it can be as long as it wants.
We're getting into that then, I see.
We're gonna now.
Actually no, I'm gonna start with the Rivals 1 PRs, right? There you go, Outkast. So
All right, this is cool.
yeah,
that one's immaculate, right? That's good. This is for R1. That I love that. I love this shit, right? It looks immaculate. Now
yeah, it's like
yeah.
these are beautiful PRs for Rivals 1, right?
Now one would think,
and you know, I start just because I'm not in the MDVA server anymore doesn't mean that I still don't follow my scene. It still doesn't mean that I'm thinking of some way to find a new venue, even though I'm probably moving soon. If all things work out well. That doesn't mean I'm not following this. These are the last 2 Rivals 1 PRs that got put up. But anyway, I'm thinking, oh, how's the Rivals 2 PR gonna look? So back to the Mario Kart one. This is the first Rivals 2 PR to go with the Mario Kart Rivals 1 PR.
Okay, this isn't
from my region.
This isn't awful, right? But this is like night and day though. Like both PRs are good, but this is like, bro, what? Huh?
And I'm just sitting here like, okay. And I hear in like one of Outkast streams from I forget who is like, oh, we got another PR coming for MDVA. I was like, okay, I'm curious to see how this one looks. So remember, now this is the Rivals 1 that came out the most recently, and it's Venom balls and Guilty Gear, all that. And I thought that's pretty cool.
This is fire.
I wonder what Rivals 2 is gonna get.
Now, if you kept it the same level as the other R2 one, I've been like, all right, whatever, man. But this is like, dog. I don't know. I feel like there was like a lack of love on this one, like compared to the R1 one. And don't sit here and tell me we give both games equal treatment. No, the fuck you don't. You guys openly shit on the other one. Like, PR aside.
Yeah, your lead hitfall organizer quite literally shits on the game.
And was doing that at an event. I'm not going to say which one. You cannot like like a game.
Your graphic designer for both Rivals 2 PRs does not like Rivals 2. So why are they doing the PRs is my question. Is it because you guys can't find anybody else?
Now I'm gonna say something really quick. So you don't have to like both. You don't have to like one game over the other, or at least respect like the other game. I'm just offsetting, but even in my region, there's like a player who prefers 1/2, and guess what? She runs shit herself at our local and tries. I feel like it's not that hard. I don't like going into work, but I do it anyways. Like, what? I don't know. I feel like I'm the one with the crazy take.
I don't know.
I want. Can you do the compare the BC one to like the 2019 one to the 2025 second half?
Yeah. And we'll probably end off on that, but like,
We'll end this convo here because we gotta talk about Superfusion.
oh no, we still got to talk about old stuff, but yeah,
It's Superfusion at the end. My bad.
yeah,
all right.
but while I'm looking for the other PR, that's the I'll let Outkast talk about these.
This is like, well, I literally hopped on Rivals a year after this, so that's very unfortunate because most of these people left already. But yeah, no, like this is like the one PR, and it's dope, right? Jazz, it's pretty easy to find the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and there's a part 2 to this. Quite literally. It feels like the same amount of effort was done on both PRs. Is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like if we had enough people to do a PR for R1, literally the same shit would like the graphics would equal out in terms of like how it looked.
By the way, folks, the person who made this BCPR said that the CD case is real. So this is a real thing that's out in the open there. And I think that's fucking sick.
Fuck it, dude. I'd buy the album. I'd imagine the CD, and then you pop it in, and then it's like the combo video, because there's also a combo. There's a combo video like associated with this. Like absurd amount of effort went into that one. And funny enough, in the R1 PR, you see two old faces, which is I think pretty cool too. But yeah, you see D-Brick and Bullets in there, and then like you go to the other one, like you also see D-Brick and Bullets, like. But yeah.
And Orgasm, aka
Walk. I just didn't want to say his tag, bro. His old tag. So like
Hey man, there's worse. There's far more egregious.
There was worse names. But yeah,
but anyways,
put the cap on that.
What's the point of all this with me and MDVA? Do I still care about my region? Yes. However, there are certain people that I will only keep contact with. If for some reason I still find myself stuck in Maryland because me trying to move to South Jersey doesn't work out, I'm still going to be trying to look for like venues. I already have 2 in mind that I got to look more further into, right? But in terms of wanting to go back to MDVA, the MDVA rival server and interact there, I don't want to do that. I told myself the final time that I left that I'm never going back in there again, and I'm keeping it that way. There's few people in my region that I actually keep contact with. Just as there's few people in my region that I don't ever want to interact with again.
The very last thing I will say is like, cool, you can have ranked night, but like, fuck sakes, guys, please stream your runs or upload a montage. Like, please, why is this so hard? That's okay. The very last question I got for that half of the community do you want more people to get into the game, or do you want to
Oh
keep
no,
it
just
tight,
play the game, Outkast. Just play the game.
or do you want to keep it tight knit? Answer me that. If you want to keep it tight knit, we'll fucking leave it alone. We will stop. If you want more people into the game, I'm gonna keep going. Because there's no like I've almost never felt supported streaming R1 as opposed to doing R2. I literally got more support playing fucking Final Fantasy X or Def Jam Fight for New York than playing R1. And going in there in those categories and then trying to get people into R1 because the game goes on sale like a bajillion times.
Which, by the way, is a perfect opportunity to plug the fact that both games are on sale. You heard me. Both games. Sometimes I like to do. Sometimes I have done giveaways for both games. Actually, not even. That's not even like something that I can say I haven't done either. I've bought people Rivals 2 and 1 multiple times as well.
You can't.
So,
Okay, well, you can't say we're hurting the community by being inflammatory because bro, you guys fucking do it by not streaming, not uploading shit, and not helping out initiative TOs like Jazz. And Jazz is not the only story.
yeah,
There's one of many.
is another person. Actually, no, I know we keep dragging this out, but highly unironically is another person. I want to bring up a story how.
Yeah, it's the very last thing I promise.
Before Roseball swapped to Rivals 2, I want to bring up the story of how there was maybe 1 or 2 Roseballs that ran off a challenge when we still had Rivals 1. Because you guys specifically asked for the bracket to be ran off a challenge, and that's what Hylia did. Ran the bracket off a challenge, and people still didn't show up for him. You guys had issue, like a lot of people did, with there being a shit ton of channels in Lifelight. Hylia cleaned those up some, along with my help, and you guys still didn't show up. And even then, that was still a big problem, but a lot more of those channels have now been cleaned up now. So where's the love for Hylia as well?
So,
but anyways,
yeah,
that's enough of that. We've drawn that on out a long time.
Man,
if you guys want to play Rivals 1 or 2, Rivals 1 is 50% off on Steam right now, along with the spring Steam Spring Sale. Sorry, try saying that 5 times fast. And Rivals 2 is 45% off right now on Steam. I would give a copy of either game away to people, but I literally just got money from my birthday on Wednesday, and I'm trying to be a shit ton more conservative with that, so I would do it. I know there's plenty of people that are giving away copies of both games. Katie is giving away copies of Rivals 1 if you want a copy from them, and Solberg I was giving away copies of Rivals 2 today on their stream as well, so hopefully y'all were able to take advantage of that. But moving on from Rivals 2 for now, let's finally
talk about
Ultimate.
other happenings and other plat fighters. Boy howdy.
Oh Lord. We're not gonna go too deep into this situation. But the TLDR of this is that Smash Ultimate had a delay mod that was created by Blue Jay and Blank Mouser, and some of y'all may know Blank Mouser from the Rivals community. Both of them are HDR players. Both of them, out of sheer love of wanting to improve online on HDR, made a delay mod that also works with base alt. Unfortunately, because good things never last long in the Smash community for some fucking reason, it got taken down. And Blue Jay put out this statement last week. Recently, a GitHub issue was opened on the SSBU lagless repository criticizing the use of the delay mod on Quick Play and Elite Smash. Initially, the issue read like bait and I chose to ignore it. Earlier today, however, the original poster escalated the situation by posting the LinkedIn profiles of myself and Blank Mouser, along with other identifying information in the issue thread. I have since closed and locked the issue and removed the comment containing that information. While some of my information was publicly available, digging it up and posting it in this context crosses a line that makes me extremely uncomfortable. Because of this, I've realized that continuing to work on, host, or support these projects is not worth the impact on my personal privacy and peace of mind. After discussing the situation with Blake Mauser, we decided to take down the repositories we currently host. I will also be privating all SSBU-related repositories under my GitHub account. I understand this will not prevent the distribution of binaries that have already been released, which, by the way, there was one person that decided to take the delayed mod and put up on GitHub on their own, by the way, even though BlueJay does say, however, I ask that people do not redistribute these mods publicly going forward. I also request that users who have forked the repositories delete their forks. Where possible, I will be submitting removal requests through GitHub. The situation is extremely disappointing. I have spent a long time contributing to the projects in the Smash community and have long considered it a home, but moving forward, I will be permanently distancing myself from the scene and the members within it. So, this one person, and I actually do want to clarify that this was one person. This was not somebody that was like deeply ingrained with the Smash community.
No.
This is like one person who was probably playing like casually or something. Or at least that's what we initially thought. Until the doxer himself got doxed. All from like one speeding ticket. We're not going to bring that information up. If you want to look up that stuff on your own terms, feel free to do so. But it gets worse from there. The original doxer, turns out, was also scamming a bunch of high schoolers. And there's so much worse with that as well. I'm not going to say the name of the doxer, but again,
Jesus
there
Christ.
is a Google document from one of the players that this doxer was the head coach of a team for. And if you want to read everything that person, that the doxer has done to these high schoolers, feel free to look that up on your own. But this is fucked up. Why are we even doxing people from the get-go over something that is essentially quality of life for Ultimate, right?
It's super convenient. Literally makes it.
And I know there's that crowd out there's like, oh, this mod was cheating. So what?
Y'all, there are laws like from yesteryear. Like I'm talking ancient laws that we are breaking right now. Like why? Who cares? This is like not it's not really harming anybody. It's just more convenient.
And I know, like, the Japanese Smash scene was, like, publicly against this, but that's understandable that they were publicly against this. It's because
they literally can't
have stricter, they can't use that. They have stricter laws that they can go to jail for.
Like,
but at the same time,
yeah,
they already have, like, they have, like, better transportation. They have, like, majors every other month. I'm sure that they could have been fine with letting that slide, but I guess not.
No. Which is, like, again, understandable. But they're not going around doxing people.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fucked up, but again, I want to propose, like, this argument. If the doxer was saying that this delay mod was cheating, then by that logic, is Slippy cheating? Because Slippy is just a giant online mod of Melee. Is Slippy cheating by that logic? You're probably going to say no because, like, oh no, that's just quality of life for Melee because Melee is so old. Okay, if that's the case for Melee, then why not have this for Ult? And I remember seeing Aklo actually speaking up about this, saying that what a shame that you guys ended up having to mod your game. And I thought that was bait at first, but no, this guy was being dead ass. Ackler was being dead ass about that tweet that he made, which I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
was
wow,
like, wait,
okay.
no, I literally was like, oh, this has to be bait, and I scrolled down, and I'm like, oh, damn.
And not at the end of the day, none of this. The creation of the delay mod is not nobody's fault, right? It's the fault of like Nintendo having running their game off of these old ancient servers. And we can attest to that because Rivals 1 on Switch runs on these same ancient servers. It's why Rivals 1 on Switch is so bad. But come on, guys. This is supposed to be something that's quality of life. I know people aren't the greatest fans of Smash out there, but at least have give the old players
Come
something.
on, like, it would have been, because think about it like this: if they were allowed to keep that, right? Maybe then y'all would we would find ways to beat the Steve matchup. I like yesterday I went in this whole tirade of like if you're having fun in something, you're gonna learn way more. You're gonna advance in learning so much more.
Mhm.
So yeah, why not? Why not just let this be?
But the other thing, what was on my mind? The other thing is this: if people were so hell bent on like others using this delay mod to begin with in tournament, you know, the TOs can easily say that if you both have the delay mod, you can choose to gentleman's to it. Otherwise, you don't use it. Because that's exactly what Hylia does with both of the Smash brackets that he runs. The Sandbag is amateur one and Latte Night Grind the open bracket one. Quite literally, if you have the delay mod and your opponent doesn't, you can't use it, right? Just to make it fair. But if you both have it, you can use it. It's not that hard for TOs to enforce that. Oh, but this. What about if you're just playing quick play or something, and you're just playing casual? This would that still be cheating? I mean, guys, I don't know. At that point, guys, I
If
don't particularly care if you're using the delay mod for like casual reasons. I can understand why casual people would be frustrated by that,
okay,
though.
that then that would be kind of cheating, but at that point it's like, man, at this point, like
At
if
that point, we'd be going off of honor, and we all know that it's incredibly hard to enforce honor
no,
in
that
any capacity.
yeah, okay, what I was about to say though is like, Doug, if the mod is like the only way for it to be enjoyable online, I fuck, dude, go to the local or literally do anything else. The
Oh, but
like
Outcast, what if I don't have locals to go to?
the and if you hate the delay, hate it when people use the delay mod. Like I don't know, I'm sorry. Like quite literally, do anything else. Don't even get into rivals. Like if you don't want to. Like literally anything else. Don't even get into rivals or Street Fighter or even Melee, because Melee allows loosely allows the quality of life known as Slippy. Yeah, literally do anything else. Touch grass, go rock climbing, or get into the other games I mentioned. Literally anything. I promise it's better. Other than getting mad at the yo, this GSP shit is serious, man. Like we
Yeah,
don't
I
gotta be.
promise you, your GSP does not matter. That your GSP does not mean shit. Please,
But number,
please grow up. Please grow up.
I want number go up.
No, no.
I'm not growing up.
If you are tying your value to a funny number, please seek help.
Like, yeah, no, we don't gotta be doing all this doxing.
There should have been no doxing in the first place. But to end this segment off, like ironically enough, the person that doxed the doxer of this also got doxed. And thank God it just stopped there. But like, there
Dude.
unironically could have just been a whole doxing train that kept going off of like this situation alone,
Dog,
and that would have been a whole nother fucking can of worms.
when we say up those numbers, this is not the numbers I want to see go up. Like, god damn. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but again, if you haven't seen the situation, look into it at your own discretion. We're not gonna leak the information of the doxer.
Okay, well, we got through that faster than I thought we would. I'll be real.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Super Fusion's the last thing on the menu.
Yeah, well, the next thing I want to bring up is actually something that I hope is pretty beneficial, but before we get to that, I do hope that Blue Jay and Blank are both doing better now and are able to move on from this without so much flack. I do know that Larry Lur actually did an interview with both of them.
Oh, shit.
So if you do want to hear more stuff from both of their point of views, go check out that video on Larry Lur's channel. When we love Larry Lur in this household. But alright,
yeah,
let's
talk about this first.
Next big topic that I am super excited about as a newer FlyQuest fan. FlyQuest recently introduced Project Grassroots, and that's a tier 2, and what they say is tier 2 and Grassroots projects are the lifeblood of the esports industry. They need help now more than ever, which is big true. Project Grassroots is about supporting up-and-coming teams and games that need an extra boost to achieve their dreams in competitive esports. You see a team in need, add us. And let's just watch what they have here.
Hey guys, it's me, Brian Anderson, the CEO of FlyQuest, and I'm so excited to come to you guys today with the announcement of Project Grassroots. One of the reasons I'm super excited to talk about Project Grassroots is that it really strikes at the core of what FlyQuest is all about. Our core mission is to fix esports. Tier 2 esports has a really big problem, because in a lot of ways, Tier 2 esports is the future of esports. One of the things that I've always thought was underappreciated in esports is the grassroots programs, whether it's collegiate teams, Tier 2 teams, women's programs, that frankly just don't have the support in the ecosystem that they deserve. And at FlyQuest, we're so lucky to be able to have the financial stability to find opportunities to support these sorts of programs, whether it's financing travel for Game Changers teams, whether it's picking up the Red program in its entirety when Counter Logic Gaming dropped them, or even expanding into Tier 2 titles and finding groups of people that just love competitive gaming but just aren't able to take it to that next level without a little bit of financial support. Project Grassroots is going to be our initiative that's going to find those opportunities to support, people all over the world in different communities and different games who just want to play competitive esports. And so we're going to be finding a couple different initiatives that we're going to support later this year and in 2027. But we're going to have some awesome announcements for rosters and programs we're going to be picking up here in the near term. So be on the lookout for future announcements coming up soon. One of the other visions of Project Grassroots is that we want people in the comments basically putting out the bat signal, the fly signal, if you will, when there's a roster that needs help. So if you're a Tier 2 esports program that needs help getting to the next LAN tournament, or wants to find a sponsor to help you make your esports dreams a reality, tell your fans, add us in the comments. We'll be on the lookout for different programs and opportunities to expand into. That would be like the coolest outcome ever, and try to take the program to the next level. That's what Project Grassroots hopefully is going to be all about.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, right?
Yeah.
And immediately, one of the first couple of things that I saw when this got announced on Thursday, was Dan. Dan saying, "Wait a minute, our game is a Tier 2 esport, and we've been trying to figure out how we can help our players attend more events. Possible FlyQuest times Rivals of Aether collaboration." Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a lot
Please.
of players that really fucking need it.
Absolutely. If there is one thing one absolute thing that Rivals 2 really needs, it's more sponsors. We pretty much have been cucked out of sponsors from multiple incidents before. And we are desperate for them. FlyQuest is perfect for Rivals 2. I would love to see my favorite esports organization help play more players like our star player for Super Fusion that we're going to talk about get to more super majors. I want to see FlyQuest help out more Rano mains get like fly across the country so they're not just stuck on the East Coast, right? So you can see that Rano doesn't suck and show people that Rano doesn't suck for the people who are still downplaying that character. I want to see
now, like
FlyQuest.
there's a
I want to
there's
see
a- there's a
FlyQuest
different
helping the
reason for that
devs
one.
like fund more like prize pools. Who knows? We could even get more events through them, right? FlyQuest definitely runs like fighting game events from their fighting game division. And you know what else is a wonderful opportunity for people to do? And this is just me. This is just the esports brain coming onto me. This is an opportunity for anybody in the Rivals community who's looking for like a job to possibly network with people from FlyQuest. Try and find an opportunity with them. Me personally, the biggest thing that caught my eye over the numerous times that I've studied and looked into FlyQuest is their FlyQuest Red initiative, which is where you have your women and marginalized genders. That's something I would fucking love to be a part of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the number one thing that I always kept saying in all of the SWOT analysis, and SWOT being strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats analysis, I've done so many of them in college. I've done some for FlyQuest before. The biggest opportunity that I always told a shit ton of people that they had to grow was to expand more into fighting games. And I think Rivals Aether is the perfect fighting game for them to further expand to. They've already dipped their toes into Melee enough. They still have Jmook on their squad, right? And I'm sure for a fact that Melee is also probably looking for FlyQuest to help them out, because they don't have nouns anymore. They need something, right? I'm sure Alt is probably thinking about looking into this too, right? Or I think if FlyQuest really wants to take advantage of a fighting game, that they should take a chance with Rivals 2.
I think they should take a chance with Rivals 2 first, and then like get another bracket. Like that's a safer pick because we already know what happens if a bracket tries to, or if like an organization tries to do a smash bracket.
Yeah, we had Luminosity stepping over. Actually, no, not even just Luminosity. It was Luminosity and Noun stepping over other Grassroots brackets, which wasn't good.
It's not only that, but also like fucking bureaucracy is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the main thing I was pointing at. I didn't even think about that, what you just said. And that's why Rivals being the first one, or even if they did do like a safer fighting game first, I just wouldn't do Smash first, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Want to fill in what is FlyQuest, Jazz? So it's also on video. Gilgamesh Joker in chat is asking, and folks, we do this live. So if you want to be part of the convo, here it is. Here the time is here.
I am glad you asked. FlyQuest is an esports organization based in NA.
Mm-hmm.
They're headquartered in California,
Of
course that's where a lot of orgs are headquartered in, and they have a lot of divisions. They have a CS:GO team. They have their Red division, which, as I mentioned before, is a division that supports women and marginalized genders. They have their fighting games division, which I was just saying that is something that, who knows, maybe we could see Cake finally get sponsored by somebody, even though he probably doesn't really need it. But it'd still be nice.
The amount of times that man has won or gets second like at that point you probably have like a fund stockpiled, but that's not here or there.
I mean, hey, Cake was the same person that was like, oh, he ended up running out of money and had to start up coaching because of it, because all of his winnings just wasn't enough. They also now have a Marvel Rivals team. Yeah, and their goal is simply put to make the esports space better than what they found it. So, what that essentially means is that the state of esports now, which is very chaotic, they want to make that better. They want to make it more inclusive. They want to give people a lot of opportunities to grow, right? They want to fund stuff that like what we're seeing with their project Grassroots. And that's pretty much what FlyQuest is. Again, one of my newer favorite orgs that I had the pleasure of learning more about in my esports college classes. I really hope that they do consider investing their time into Rivals 2, because I would like to see a lot of players with fly by their names to join JMOOC. The likes of JMOOC, Punk, Riddles.
Oh shit! Okay, I only knew Jmook and Punk was signed. I didn't know Riddles was signed.
I think Riddles was there temporarily, but he definitely was on there for sure. Well, yeah, this is a pretty short one. All I gotta say is fingers crossed. Fingers
Please,
crossed.
for the love of God, if there is one, please have this work out.
Please, FlyQuest, we need this.
Oh my God! Wait, now
My
I
dad's
gotta.
gone to homeless.
I gotta.
Please, me, I need this. My mom
Oh, I cut it out. Whoops.
is kind of homeless.
It's so fucked up. So it's like so stupid. It's like like, dude, what?
Oh Lord. But
All right, last thing on the agenda. If you have anything else you want to add,
yeah, I don't think we really have much else to say on this. So let's go back to
we're just
Rivals 2.
just hoping.
Go back to Rivals 2 and talk about Super Fusion this past weekend. Cinema again.
So go to I'm petty. Go to the attendees and then yeah. Yeah. Last I checked, the promotion for this was like they went crazy near the end for promoting this shit, and voila. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
Super Fusion has alt Rivals 2 per usual, but they also brought back Melee this time around, which is pretty cool. Rivals 2 had, your typical main bracket. They had a cruise bracket.
Which
Which I think is the first time we've ever seen a cruise bracket in any capacity. I hope that a lot more events consider running this if
damn,
they
bro,
don't want to do doubles.
You broke Penguinos' heart.
What?
He's been doing he's been doing squad strike brackets at SFU locals.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, Penguins. Please forgive me.
You're
Thank you, Goat.
breaking achy breaky hearts over here, Jazz. That's crazy.
My bad, Penguinos. But yeah, I do want to see like more cruise brackets popping up as like an alternative to doubles. Or both, honestly, if you're an enjoyer of both. Obviously, you had a redemption bracket. YBM taking that. Probably not going to go too deep into this. But
I'm
YBM...
Who knocked him out?
Who knocked them out into redemption bracket?
Yeah, because, like...
Well, let's find out.
So I see YBM...
YBM is definitely a roster that you guys gotta keep an eye out for.
Holy fuck, dude. Every time I fight them, I'm like, dog. Dude, I am not Michael Jackson, and you are not the media. Get off of me. We could have just probably...
Just trying to find YBM's pool. Yeah, I know, I should have done player search, but I'm lazy in here.
Aw, oh, damn, Stir almost made it out. Go.
Is this it?
Control F. Damn.
Go
Go to Redemption again,
to Redemption again. Alright.
and then click on his profile. Click on the profile.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm being lazy.
Damn. All right. Okay.
33rd, losing to who? There we go.
Oh shit. Okay. So what? It was Drew and Aubrey. That's actually crazy.
I was watching this side. It was very close.
I think I dipped. That's why. Damn, good shit to Aubrey though.
Yeah,
Anyways,
for sure. Back to the main bracket.
okay. First off, oh my god, yo, congrats to B-Bats. Like, yo, because there was like a tweet that I did. Like, I think it was let's make big moves. Like, where Tech just threw me the footage, and it was like Cake Assault winning, and then Hulk Hogan's theme from TNA plays. Because like Cake was like about to lose, and then he just goes, "That doesn't work for me, brother," and then just beats Ron.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good shit to B-Bats.
There are a lot of upsets left and right in this gosh dang bracket. And I can't speak anymore, but
if you want to look at those, Louis Bloom like tweets about those.
Oh yeah, Rose Bloom. Shout outs to Zer being willing to cover both Ultimate and Rivals.
That's crazy. That's crazy dedication.
None of the upsets really happened here in this pool. Or Cake's pool. Where is
okay, yo, Nutmeg
Hyper Flames pool? Because that's where I want to start. Here we go.
That one's crazy. Cause I see Hyper Flame just shit on like some Orcanes.
Yeah, this is insane to me. Hyperflame going down super early in pools to Natty and had to make an insane losers run, and we'll get to that in a moment. The other notable upset in this pool, Bowler over Lucius.
That's Lucius, like y'all, like if y'all were in R1 and in the early parts of R2, Lucius is like no joke, dope player. And speaking of which, that's like the first person I would want to sign for FlyQuest, if anything.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because...
Oh, you reminded me. FlyQuest actually did sign Sonic Fox at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, no, there's a reason why. So, Lucius, like, plays in a full fursuit. Mm-hmm. Like, why not just give him the jersey? And then, like, have him, walk around with that. So it gets...
Yeah, like, Lucius is essentially our Sonic Fox.
Like...
For lack of a better term. Alright, but top 32 is where the bloodbath really starts to happen here. So, from top to bottom, Sapphire almost beating Cake.
That's...
in a close Game 5.
That would have been crazy, and if anything, like... Yeah, no, like... That would just solidified. That would have just like solidified Sapphire even more. But we'll get to the next match.
Oh yeah. These are normal. These are normal. Cheesy beating Gek with Lorena in a Game 5 set. Cheesy would then go on to make top 8 with Lorena.
Yep.
Ending Hyper Flames losers run at 9th. Which is crazy.
Which is insane because I'm pretty sure on ranked, I mean, I know online's online, but Hyperflame would go back and forth with Elkies. Is the thing.
I also saw like one clip of like Hyperflame went all the way out to like Lorena's wrestling ring that she summons when she lands a chair. He tried contesting Cheesy on that and died for it.
Yeah, but why? Why are you out there? It's like Crag Pillar. It's like faster Crag Pillar. What? Don't land on it, man. Okay, whatever. Anyways.
Yeah. What else? This is standard. Yoda Cage over Sandstorm.
That okay, and he didn't go Galvin. Because
And Sandstorm didn't go Galvan against Yoda, probably because he was thinking, oh, Galvan Abs is weird
it
to
is
fight,
weird.
so let me just go Ollie. Right.
Go with what he
But
knows.
the biggest person with the biggest run here, and this wasn't really an upset. This was just
Nowhere's
them
no.
being underseated, in my opinion. Jupiter.
Dog, Nowhere's no who Jupiter
Yeah,
is.
the knowers know that this wasn't an upset. The knowers know that Jupiter's number 2 on the ranked leaderboard for a reason.
But
And Jupiter showed that.
that next match is crazy. I was actually there for this one. Bro. Yo, man.
This was Jupiter's first ever offline event, by the way.
Their first bracket ever for Rivals. At least that I know of.
And
Unless
they're young as well.
their first bracket ever was like Zeus's bracket. And they got second. No, not second. They got top 8. Not being seeded at all. What was he seeded? Or what were they seeded? Like, click on their name and then we can check.
I want to say 25th was a Jupiter.
Okay, that's
seeded
actually not that
for
bad.
this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
25th seed.
that's not bad, but it's like, bro, it's like, ooh,
The knowers know to see Jupiter within like the top 16.
that was no. Well, then again, it's like you got to think about the other threats here, too. So it's like it makes sense for 25th, I think. You get what I mean? So it doesn't. I wouldn't be too pressed on that. But however, y'all, I thought Core King couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, so true.
He
So true.
beat Cake Assault. I don't think. Oh my god, that was an insane set. Thus making Toothbrush have to fight Cake, which he took a game.
And then what else? We had not too many upsets that really happened in losers, apart from maybe Aubrey. I want to say Aubrey over Bowler, but maybe I'm not a knower of Aubrey. And if I'm not, then
This
I
is
apologize to
yeah.
Tri-State.
No, you're getting smited on the spot.
My bad. And then Lucius over Gek.
Which is like, damn. I feel like these two have fought before, and then like I think Gek is like positive or something.
Yeah, that's it. I want to say that's correct. And I think this might also be an upset, but again, if I'm not a knower, you can throw me on the spot.
But Yoda Cage beating Natty in a close game 5. Talk about that one. So what
Yeah,
was that?
this is also
was that about?
another really good set.
What was that about? Absa can't do it.
Oh yeah, so true. We had Orkane and Abs in this top 8.
What? No cracks? Oh. Agenda.
Okay, shush.
Oh yeah, and there's no Clarence. But you know what I do see?
Shush.
Animal beating Sandstorm to get into top 8.
The dub players are listening. But yeah, Animal did pull off an insane upset on Sandstorm as well in the close game.
Oh,
5.
yeah.
This is probably the first time Sandstorm has not been in the top 8. Because he's undisputedly one of like top 5 in this game. So
I mean, I'm glad it's the off season. Anyways, let's go to top 8.
yeah, and top 8 also delivered with fire sets. It was this path down here was so unfortunate.
This is the
Because I was like, oh, I'm rooting for Cheesy, I'm rooting for Yoda, I'm rooting for Jupiter, and all 3 of them ended up just having to run into each other, which is so sad.
I love how till this day Cake refuses to play Forsburn into Endless. Look at that, he used Fleet. Which, like, yeah, fair play, but it's like, damn, bro, that matchup sucks, bro. That matchup sucks for Animal.
Yeah, I mean, and funny enough, Animal got double eliminated by Fleet. It was B-Bats and Cakes, so... what else? Yeah, Jupiter almost did it again and beat Cake, even when Cake swapped the fleet against Arcane. Right?
Let's go to the score count.
Like,
He went full.
watching,
He went full fleet. All right,
he went full fleet, no fours burn. And I remember game 5, Cake got 2 quick stocks quickly on Tempest, which I agree you guys probably should be banning Tempest against Cake. But
yeah, because it's literally just
Cake got
treetop.
2 stocks quickly, and then Jupiter started turning it up and back around, almost to the point where he could have easily taken that, or they could have easily taken that, which is insane. So
Then we got Beastly Cake, and then we got B-Bats and Cake Assault and Grands, which like, damn, I guess the armor's just gone from Mr. Assault.
I mean, like you said, it is the off season, but this is a good thing.
I really wanted
This
this
is a good
shit to
thing
count.
this is a good thing that we're starting to see more people challenging Cake Assault, right? Because both of us could tell you, it was starting to get real boring just watching Cake win everything in Rivals 1.
Was it,
Until we had,
like, it's starting? It was. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I mean, like, around, what was it? It started in, season 6, was it 6?
No, it was the one after.
It started in season 7. Well, either
Well,
way.
no, that's when it started to get boring for me to watch. I'm like, oh, okay.
Either way, it took until season 8 for like things to finally get interesting again, with like Cake losing to people. But this is good for the game, right? As somebody who came from, both of us that came from Rivals 1, it is good to see that Cake is falling to more people, that he has to work even more harder to beat people, right? Because Cake could have easily been out at 4th here.
Like, this was like, according to Jazz, that was a nail biter, and then we've seen Beastly Cake before already.
Mm-hmm.
And then even Ants, like, at Genesis, that shit happened. And then B-Bats is, like, now, I think, being consistent. Yeah, I fucks with this. And to go back on the FlyQuest thing, there are people in this top 8 that should, like, I really like to see get sponsored. Jupiter being the first.
Yeah, for sure, Jupiter. We all, like I mentioned earlier, at this point we probably want Cake to finally stick with the sponsor, so he's
Yes,
not like Cody,
Cake.
where he has a sponsor, then he loses it like the next month or 2.
Cake as well, B-Bats as well, and Yoda Cage really starting to grow on me. I didn't think the Adset switch was like all that amazing, only because like I thought the Maple was better, but I'm wrong.
No, I'm a fan of the Yoda Cage apps. Are you kidding
Well, no,
me?
initially I wasn't a fan. Is what I'm trying to say, because I thought the Maple was gonna be better, or was better, but I'm being proven wrong time and time again, because the Yoda Cage had a crazy run in Hitfall.
Yeah, for sure. But all in all, really solid event from Tri-State. I will say, I want to learn some of the production stuff that I saw
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
while watching. Because first off, they had mixed commentary. What I mean by mixed commentary is that you had in-person commentators as well as people that were commentating online, right? Because Wolfie and Copter both couldn't, like fly to the event and do it in person. Fusion already has like the framework to do mixed commentary or just two online commentators. So they essentially just took that and applied it to Super Fusion, right? I thought that was really
That
cool
was
to
dope.
see. That is something that I want to learn how to do. I want to pick people's brains about. The other thing that I liked was how, as sets are going on, there were upsets that were popping up on the screen.
Oh,
well.
that's dope. All right.
So both things that I want to learn how to do as somebody who does broadcasting for tournaments, of course. W Tri-State, incredible event. The only like negative was like stream was dying sometimes, but again, it goes back into what RJ was saying about Collision, about how it's expensive to run things.
Yo, that man went into
Right.
debt for Collision, man.
Because running this was not cheap at all. So props to RJ.
All right. Yeah, no, like big ups to New Jersey. All right, we'll take one question. Take one question if anybody has any. I will give it 5 minutes. But yeah,
Yeah. My gigantic ass rant from the beginning aside, guys. If you guys do have like actual constructive criticism about us, you don't like us, like if we say something wrong, y'all don't like it, feel free to call us out on it, right? We always want to do better with these, right? One of the things that I have in mind for the podcast in the
there's a
future
form.
is what?
A form.
A form for what? What do you mean?
Like what don't you don't like what you don't like about the pod? I'm only bringing it up because like, one commentator I know, Raven Whispers, has like a commentary form of like, if you think I sucked, please tell me why.
Oh, okay, yeah, taken from Raven there, but I mean, a form wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I was gonna say that I was gonna finally start working on more proper overlays to fit Discord, so you guys aren't just looking at a goddamn black screen every single episode.
Yeah.
And you have our names popping up, but a form's also something we can look into. I'll be down to do that because at the end of the day, we aren't trying to be inflammatory at all. It may rub off that way because sometimes we just get really heated, but that comes from a place of passion from the both of us, right? Mm-hmm. And even Tech and Shadow as well, and Skeptic.
Yeah.
Well, to a lesser degree, but still.
It's because we were like in the trenches for some of this, and especially Tech too. That's why he gets really really passionate about it. Cause like he was like before us.
Yeah, and I don't blame him, right? If you were like one of the main people trying to make content for Rivals 1 and your stuff wasn't really picking up that well, shit, I'd be pissed too.
It's like, why 5 minutes? Because I want to end the video, man. Wabo. Time to end the all right. Sure, yeah, we're going to go with that. Fine. Yep, because I wanted to end. Yep, baited. Yep. Got me. Hook, line, and sinker, bro. Alright, I guess everybody else is forever holding their peace because Wabo is a buzzkill.
Alright, but I don't know when our next episode is going to be.
Dog!
But
I just got here! Oh my god. Hey man, that's all you, bro. But hey, since you're in the Twitch side of things, I'm gonna keep going for a few more minutes. But yeah,
I hope everybody has had a good March so far. Contrary to me, actually, you know, Outkast, we never got to hear about how your.
I'm pretty
I
dog.
was just bitching the entire time.
Dog, I'm literally doing the same shit as usual, like, except, like, I have a new video coming up, and Jazz knows what it is, because she did the thumbnail. And, y'all, if you didn't like how I was inflammatory to R1, especially this podcast in particular, inflammatory, even though we're just bringing up numbers, like, and giving reasons, then I'm quote-unquote inflammatory to R2. Just like y'all wanted. Where I talk about I'll spoil. It's about me being a bench warmer in R2 CS, and like, oh, from the looks of things, would I want to go to this bracket? And it's like yay or nay. But yeah, give that a watch when it comes out. You got a video out too, Wabo? Nice. I'll probably check that out at some point.
I will say, content-wise, I am coming out with one final Rivals clip dump. Ew, icky clip dump. Yeah, I know. There's too
No,
many of them. But
okay, well, I just make fun of it because it's really funny.
yeah, no. It's a really short one, so don't worry. It's not gonna be like 6 minutes long like my fourth one was. If anybody's remotely interested in that, but there's a minor spoiler. It's supposed to be a little bit of a farewell to me TOing. But the only thing that I have to do for that is figure out which version I want to use because I have to play with the camera a teeny bit in Rivals 2, and you'll probably see what I mean once I decide which version I want to go with. But also I gotta make a thumbnail for that. At the same time, it's just like now that I'm taking a break from TOing, which thank God, there's just a lot for me that I need to think about for if and when I do consider coming back to TOing any sort of events. But I will say this: if you are a newer TO or you want to get into TOing for Rivals 1 or 2, I am hit me up in my DMs if you want any sort of advice. Right?
Godspeed to you.
I'll gladly give it to you. Zeus was considering running Rivals 1 for DGIL at some point. I gave him like all the scrolls he possibly need about running Rivals 1 minus ping check procedure. That's a bit tricky to figure out how to type up.
That's another topic of like if we ever talk about online like servers versus peer to peer.
Sure, that'll be a topic. But we in the meantime, it's probably looking like the next episode's gonna be after Slade's release, unless something else transpires earlier than that.
Oh, we'll find something. Don't you worry. The whole reason
Yeah,
why
we always find something.
Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the podcast. And
Yep, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Again, I'm sorry for the gigantic ass rant that I went on. There are some things that weren't meant to be said, and that just wasn't one of them. But hopefully I can finally enjoy my break from TOing and focus more on what I want to do and focus on getting school done. Until then, have a great night, everybody. Shall see you in the next one.
peace.